All right. Welcome back yet again. We finally have Nick back on this
Oh yeah,
podcast. Is this the second one you've ever done?
third I think.
Oh, okay. So
Lucky
I
three.
forgot who he was.
yeah, it's even more like a guest star at this point.
It's true.
But we have the preview for this upcoming 2021 MLB World Series. It is the Braves versus the Astros for anyone that doesn't follow baseball. With, I would say, probably the two opposite playoff runs, if that makes sense. Like the Braves have played low scoring elite pitching type of games. Like they score late in the game, but like most of the game it's like super low scoring. And then the Astros, it's like, what if we scored 15 runs today? It's just kind of like the feel you get like the opposite, which I think will kind of help the universal DH argument. Like, hey, look at all of this offense that the AL put up, and look at none of this offense that the NL put up in the playoffs. What if it was because we made pitchers hit?
I don't know. I kind of found the NL playoffs more enjoyable though.
No, look, I mean, I think it's really cool to see like DeGrom and Bumgarner and all those guys rake, or Huascar Noah, hitting home runs in
Oh, yeah.
2 straight starts, elite. But at the end of the day, the NL needs to be a universal DH. It would be, I think it would just make it more fair. Plus, it would allow the Mets to actually play Dom Smith.
That's what I say. The Mets would actually get to use all their players.
Yeah.
Hear me out though. They do universal DH for the entire regular season. Then you get to the postseason. Both leagues lose their DH.
No. Hear me out here. The Mets use a DH 4 out of 5 days, and the 5th day they just let DeGrom hit.
I'd still be down.
The old Shohei Ohtani approach.
Exactly. And really the question is, who's the better hitter of the two? Like Shohei, yeah, he's had big stats, but he hasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at DeGrom's batting
has.
average. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I guess we can kind of start to theorize. I'll look on ESPN and see if they announced the official starters for any games. But if you guys want to give a little preview of what you think you'll see, the floor is open to anybody.
I think Jock Peterson said it best today. They asked him about like what they needed to do to win, and he said they needed to outscore their opponents. So I think they've got the right game plan going into this series.
This is true. And, Jock rocking the pearls.
What I love to see.
It's Jocktober, baby.
It's true. It's his world. We're just living in it.
Honestly, I mean, it's the truth. All right, so we only have... Go ahead.
That is an interesting story to follow, Jocktober, because if this series does get to a game 6 and 7, we move to the calendar month of November.
Exactly. So they'd probably lose those. You got to get them done in 5.
Oh.
All right.
That's the real goal here.
Yeah. So on the Brave side for game 1, they're trotting out Charlie Morton, the veteran. And on the Astros side, they're trotting out Framber Valdez, the lefty, the young lefty. Game 1 is, do we know where game 1 is?
Houston.
Okay, so it's Houston's the home team for the whole series, obviously. So it's 2-3-2 for the playoffs in the MLB. Different from basketball for anyone who's unaware. The home team plays 2, the away team gets the home team with home field advantage gets 2 at home, then 3 on the road, then 2 at home, which I think is a really dumb format. It decreases travel, but like a series ending in like 5 games, somehow the home team doesn't have the advantage, or the better team doesn't have home field advantage.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, so starting off, Morton versus Valdez, experience versus relatively young guy. Yeah, so what do you guys think for game 1? Who you got?
I got the Braves.
I want to get exact numbers here on Charlie Morton.
I am also taking the Braves, by the way.
Charlie Morton in the World Series last year, back at it again. He is ready to actually win this time.
Got him.
Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. What his numbers look like in the postseason. He's a career 3.45 ERA, and that's in 15 starts, 16 games.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's 75 innings worth.
Yeah. just thinking about other projected starters while you look at these numbers. Definitely got to see Max Fried, Ian Anderson. And then on the Astro side, you got Valdez. I don't know who started game 2 for them. Was that McCullers or is he hurt?
McCullers
Colors
will
is
not.
not going to play. Yeah,
So Uriquity was it or Urquidy, whatever his name is? I don't really know. who's
I'd
been
like to
starting.
say so.
I know Luis Garcia has been pitching for them.
Hmm.
So I imagine we see Garcia at some point. Valdez pitched 5, Garcia pitched 6. Who pitched? Zach Greinke. They did I imagine we'll see a lot of Greinke and maybe Javier, for like bulk innings. Those two guys. Yeah, Urquidy got a start, but it was pretty short-lived. So I imagine it'll be Valdez, Garcia, and then a mix of Urquidy and Greinke and Javier eating innings in bullpen type games.
Hmm.
I think the Braves have a little more flexibility because they have Morton, Fried, Anderson, and I know they were planning to start Enoa, but he was hurt. Like he just felt discomfort in his shoulder. But he might be back on the roster. I'm not sure. I haven't checked that out yet. But so I think they have a little more flexibility in terms of pitching than the Astros do. But then they have, yeah.
Rumor also has that the Braves will be activating Ronald Acuna for this series to strictly DH and pinch hit.
I saw that, and I think it should happen.
I'm also a fan.
Because
at that point too, Mike Soroka, he's had the last couple of months off.
No. Mike Soroka re-ruptured his Achilles. He will not be pitching most of next year.
Okay, but just give us like 2 games this year.
It can't happen.
That's all.
Trust me, I would love for Mike Soroka to be on a mound, considering the amount of capital I gave up for that guy. Tyler Glasnow and the number 1 pitching prospect in all of baseball. But I don't think we even see him until August of next year. So my guess would be he comes in. I mean, we might be able to see him earlier, but my guess is he's probably in a bullpen role next year.
Yeah.
And then starts.
At least for the beginning of it, if he gets any starts.
Yeah. I have ESPN's rankings list here. Maybe get you guys' opinion on those. They have Carlos Correa as the best player in the World Series over Freddie Freeman.
Interesting.
Over any pitcher.
Freddie Freeman has an MVP. Carlos Correa has a postseason track record.
I think Carlos Correa is top 5. I don't know if he's number 1.
Yeah, I'll definitely give him top 5.
They have Kyle Tucker at 3.
Kyle Tucker is elite. I said it in the last baseball video we did. Kyle Tucker is elite.
I agree, but is he better than Jordan?
Jordan out hit the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, Jordan is coming off the ALCS MVP, isn't it?
Yeah, Jordan hit in his 10 postseason games that he has played. Jordan Alvarez has hit 152% better than a league average hitter.
So what's the reason for Kyle Tucker being above Jordan Alvarez?
I can read it. Jordan Alvarez is 5. Charlie Morton's 4. Let's see.
Charlie Morton could be 1.
I was living in Tampa covering the draft closely when Tucker popped up as a sophomore at Plant High School. Wade Boggs, Michael Givens, Pete Alonso, Kyle's brother Preston are all graduates of that school. He and then senior Pete Alonso and current Cardinals righty Jake Woodford were all teammates. Pat, did you hear that?
I actually missed that one. I was looking at stats.
Pete Alonso, Kyle Tucker, and Cardinals righty Jake Woodford were all high school teammates.
Oh, snap.
It seems like you might have to enter another group of high school teammates to your squad.
I might need to. Dynasty Baseball.
Look at that.
The local scouts were salivating over Tucker, clearly the best of the bunch, with a swing that had scouts throwing out mechanical comps that were only Hall of Famers. The Astros took him with the 5th overall pick, and this year Tucker had the massive breakout scouts have been expecting since 2013. He's even better in the playoffs than he was in the regular season, so this may well be the time he becomes a household name. So no real stats to say he's better, just vibes.
Yeah, that's what I was purely vibes.
But the Braves have a lot of top 5 guys. They got Charlie Morton, Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, Max Fried, Eddie Rosario.
Wow.
Alex Bregman below Eddie Rosario is an interesting thing.
And Eddie Rosario's coming off the NLCS MVP.
See, that's why I like if you're gonna rank Rosario above Bregman, I'd be like, all right, Rosario just hit like 570 last series. But then to be like, yeah, Jordan's not above.
That's
I mean,
where it
yeah,
comes
if we're
in, yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna put Rosario over Bregman, then you should probably put Jordan number 1.
Yeah. Is
Number
this
two.
based off career? Like, is this based off the whole season, or is this based off just purely what they've done this postseason?
I don't know. Who's the worst player ranked? Dylan Lee, relief pitcher, Braves. Dylan Lee, don't listen to them. You're a star.
He's gonna have his
Oh.
breakout in the World Series.
Excuse me, I didn't know William Contreras was on this list. It's another Glissy Gobbler legend. Yeah, I mean, Jorge Soler's back, which is going to be nice for the Braves.
Very.
Especially with the DH.
True. Jake Odorizzi is pitching again, which is nice.
Also nice for the Braves.
God. I do not see Huascar, which is sad times. But it must mean that his injury was a little more serious than I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting World Series because it's kind of like the opposite of how they've been performing. Like the Braves have been really relying on like their bullpen to pitch well, and the Astros have really just been relying on their offense to like keep them ahead. I'm going to take the Braves. I like the Braves. I have a lot of Braves on my fantasy team, my dynasty team. I don't necessarily know if I like the Braves like as a team, but I like a lot of the individual players on their team a lot more than I like the Astros. So that's kind of where I lie right now.
Mhm.
Pat.
I'm also taking the Braves. You know that guy Mattress, what's his name? Mattress Mac in Houston. Guy's just getting greedy with his bets now. Should have cashed out when he had the chance.
Oof.
Tough go. Personal.
Another
He's got like
interesting.
36. He's got like $36 million riding on this World Series.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Well, that's like I think that's what he could win, but only like 4 million in total. Like he placed 4 million in bets. But like one sports book like offered him like a 5.5 million payout, and he's like, "No, I'm riding with it because I've got too much. I've got too much on Houston already."
Okay.
Wow.
So something that I told Pat that I'm just confirming by looking at the last 2 games. Okay, so Tyler Matzek has pitched in every single game this playoffs except for Game 5 of the NLCS.
Weird.
Didn't they lose that game?
They did. They lost 11-2.
Coincidence?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He has been like very, very good. And because I remember I was watching. I don't know if I was watching a game or reading an article, but I remember someone like saying or like typing like, the Braves manager Brian Snitker was like, he just keeps telling me like, yeah, I'm good. I can pitch. Like, coach, I'm here to do one thing, and that's to pitch. And then it's gotten to the point where like if I don't play him, I get like dirty looks from him. So I might as well keep trotting him out there until he's bad.
He's just happy to be here.
Yeah. And I also want them to win this for Snitker, because how long was he not a head coach? Like 40 years or
Yeah.
manager?
A hot minute.
It was something like 40 years he was like a coach, but not a manager. Which like I don't think you'll ever see again. Just in terms of like at that point, like you're just not going to become a manager. So I think it's like a nice feel good story. Plus, I mean, like I get that they reinvent a lot of stuff, but who wants to see the Astros win?
Exactly.
So who are you taking, Nick? I don't remember if I got a prediction from you.
I mean, it's hard because I love the Mets. So, I mean, seeing the Braves, if they win, that's going to be sad. Division rival. But they do have ex-Mets catcher Travis d'Arnaud. And to my knowledge, at least, off the top of my head right now, I think he's the only ex-Met playing in this series. So
True.
Travis d'Arnaud getting a ring is my vote.
Also, this is nothing to do with that. Back to the Brian Schnichter. You got to see the thing that the Schnichter family will have the World Series trophy because his son is the hitting coach for the Astros.
W.
So
That's pretty sweet.
Schnichter will be winning the World Series this year.
Oh, something also to think about, Nick. Travis d'Arnaud might be the only ex-Met on the Braves, but future Met ace, Huascar Inoue, is
Yeah.
also on the Braves.
Oh,
So
I
it'd be nice for him to
wish.
get a ring. Yeah. So that's kind of this rambling episode. We got 3 Braves picks, which that's never turned out bad for any group making a prediction.
No, are you kidding me?
We are not anywhere near viewed enough to ever make it onto Old Takes Exposed, so I think we'll be doing just fine.
But now
think-
Braves in how many games?
7-game series, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just confirming.
I got them winning it in 5. They win the series in Atlanta in Game 5, and they don't have to worry about Jock Peterson playing in the month of November.
I'm gonna go 6.
I was also gonna go 6.
It's gonna be tough to win in Houston, but I mean, assuming that's probably a Max Fried game.
Well, I would assume Fried's going Game 5. You have Morton 1-4, Fried 2-5.
Oh, so then that's even better. Ian Anderson
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Ian Anderson is a
Stars in a
playoffs
line.
legend. He has been elite in his playoff career. Now, granted, it's been 2 years, but he has been elite.
Enough time.
So, yeah. So I guess I would say Braves in 6, and you said you'd also say Braves in 6. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to bet, I would put my money on the Braves, but I also wouldn't listen to my advice. So do whatever you think you should do. All right. Adios, folks. See ya.